Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you from a secret bunker in the woods.
Oh, that's cool. This is Jamie coming to you as a test subject that's been smuggled into this secret bunker against my will. I came here for a COVID vaccine, and now they're shoving me down to beds and pumping metal into me.
Oh, it works so well. That COVID pandemic was the godsend of us evil scientists. All right, today, as you might have alluded to, we are reviewing box number CP109, Jamie.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, CP109 consists of Weapon X and Maverick.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with Maverick tonight first.
Yeah,
Maverick,
we should take a second to appreciate this as well, by the way.
Why is that?
This might be the first and probably last mutant box where you're more of an expert than I am.
Oh, yeah. Challenge accepted. Whoa.
You've played a lot of Weapon X.
You talk about a backhanded compliment, though. Why, Lord.
It's more of a dig at me for only really caring about mutants. There's a reason why we've put off that Dracula werewolf box for so long.
That's coming.
I don't care about it.
Oh, man, I have so much to say about that box, actually. Okay, and real quick, we have to do events. How could I forget? Very quickly, April 12th to 13th, my schedule opened up. We are now going to Paris to the official GT that they're holding at the Comic-Con there. It's 12th and 13th of April. Do try to come down. It's just, it's in the south part of Paris at an exhibition center. Remarkably inexpensive for a Comic-Con.
The ticket is, I'm checking this with you now, the ticket is for the MCP tournament and Comic-Con, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
It's super cheap. So yeah, anyone that, by the way, I've been to a ton of Comic-Cons, both as like an exhibitor and like a visitor. Comic-Con is the happiest place on earth, by the way. If you've never been before, you should go to Comic-Con, because it's just where all these like nerds who like, you know, they've got all these really niche things that they're into, and they meet up with every other nerd, and people that are in like, they're cosplaying from like the same TV show or run up to each other and hug and stuff. It's great. Comic-Con is my favorite place on earth. So yeah, and there's an MCP tournament this one, so I might just die from happiness.
Yeah, and they've scheduled the rounds quite generously with breaks between, so you can actually go see the con as well, which is nice. Yeah. So we're doing that in April. May, of course, is the Mutant Weekender Extinction Agenda or Extinction Protocol. Extinction
Agenda. You got it right the first time.
We are so stoked. We got some really custom-made stuff to kind of celebrate the narrative that is attached to the competitive event of it. Tickets are still on sale for that. Find all these things on Longshanks or BM us. And then lastly, in June which?
You're doing Sweden. Sweden 7th and 8th.
Is it? Oh,
June 7th and 8th is 7th, 8th, Multiverse of Malmo.
Yes, which is in Malmo, of course, which you fly into Copenhagen and then take the train right across the water into Malmo. And that is also using the same format that that we're using at the Mutant Weekender. So it should be a great time, and is located literally in a microbrewery where they have like 50 different types of beers. It's amazing. Plus barbecue is what the food is that they serve, and lunch is included in your ticket. So do make plans to go see that. They have sold 33 out of 40 tickets, so you got to make a move on.
Oh, damn. I better buy that ticket. I'm going to make a note right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Wait, there's one more.
Yeah.
June 28th and 29th. We can now talk about this. June 28th and 29th is the London GT, the grand tournament, the official AMG-sponsored MCP tournament run by us. So now you have to come.
Huzzah! Please come.
Yes.
It's in the same location as the Mutant Weekender, so you know that the logistics will be nice. And this will be the added benefit of all the new swag that AMG is putting out this year.
Yes, all the official swag.
Yeah. So swag it up, June 28th, 29th in London.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. Let us get into the card, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, first up is Maverick. Maverick is on a 35 millimeter base. He is affiliated with Weapon X only. Okay? So we have to be careful. There's a Weapon X affiliation and a Weapon X character. Yeah. So he's affiliated with Weapon X affiliation. All right. His stats are, he's got 333 as his defense stats. He is 5 health on his front side, and he is 5 health on his rear side. He is 3 threat, size 2, and he moves medium. I would say this is the quintessential stat line of the 3 threats. At least.
This is the 3 threat stat line. Is the 3 threat stat line, yeah.
Some people have the advantage of a 6-5 health or 5-6 health.
Yeah.
But not this guy.
Yeah. So, maybe he's got something else going for him in his kit. But it's okay. It's fine. It's the standard 3 threat.
All right, cool. Let's talk about his attacks then. He has 3 different attacks, actually. The first one is his gainer. It's called Plasma Blasters. It's an energy attack, range 3, 4 dice, no power. As I said, it's a gainer, so he gets 1 power after the attack is resolved. However, it's got a hit trigger for rapid fire. So rapid fire is you can make another attack using the same stats, but you can't do it again. So that's that one.
Speaking of vanilla, by the way, vanilla stat line, that is a very vanilla rapid fire. That is the same rapid fire as everyone else, except that it's energy. So it's like spicy vanilla. It's Madagascan vanilla. It's a little bit special. Energy
and he's got the better trigger. Let's be fair, right? Some people like Winter Soldier 1 has the wild trigger. Right?
Oh yeah, that's the bad trigger. Yes,
yeah,
this is the domino trigger.
Yeah, domino trigger. And the reason why it's better is because there happens to be 2 faces on the die with the hit symbol, so you get more of a chance of hitting it. All right, and it's range 3. So are we commenting already? I mean, nothing to write home about. But
it's a rapid fire gun. They're good.
Yeah, they're all about the same, right? They're always like 4 dice for the most part.
4 dice, hit, trigger, great. It's good. Yeah.
All right. His next attack is his builder. It's a physical attack. It's his adamantium knife. This is range 2, 5 dice, no power. As I said, it's his builder, so he gets power equal to the damage dealt. And he's got a wild bleed on this one. Yeah. Same thing. This is when he's up close. Okay, obviously he's up close. It's a physical attack. If somehow that is better, slightly more dice, not many really to make it write home about. And he's got the bleed trigger if you want to try to get a bleed for other reasons. That might be dice too. But
yeah, I think you're not taking Maverick for this attack. I think this attack happens once they're up close. I don't think Maverick is going in close to make this attack happen.
No, we'll talk about that. Yeah, he wants to stay away.
He wants to stay away. He's a gunner. Yeah, this is a kind of consolation prize for him.
Well, this is just, when things get up close and personal. That's all. He's got his knife.
Also, just realized that like everyone else that goes to Weapon X, they all get adamantium pumped into them. This guy just gets a knife. You can tell he's on the other side of the surgeon desk or whatever it is.
He's on a spectrum of Weapon X characters. He's on the less horrific side.
Yeah.
All right. His last attack is his spender. It's an energy attack called Agent Zero, which you'll have to fill me in on. Why is it called Agent Zero?
Oh, I will fill you in when I Google it myself. You carry on.
Meanwhile, I totally forgot to tell you his alias is Christoph Nord. Nord. Is he Swedish?
Nord. Is that a Swedish name?
Well, yeah.
He's German.
Think so.
Christoph Nord was born in East Germany. Oh, to American parents, though.
Well, of course. You can't have a full-blooded German in a Marvel comic. I mean,
No. Oh, his early history is clouded in mystery. Sorry, his early history is clouded in mystery, though there are whispers that his parents were involved with the Nazi regime.
Ah, there we are.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. Oh, he's a mutant. Sorry, I'm learning this backstory is the same time you guys are. He's a mutant. Christoph possesses the ability to absorb kinetic energy through impact.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good to know. But why is he Agent Zero? Is this part of his, is he a mercenary kind of a thing? I thought you knew every mutant on Earth. You're Mr. Mutant. What are you doing to me?
This guy was a mutant. Oh, no.
Oh, my Lord.
I've lost my card.
I'm afraid so. The Maverick people are up in arms, my friend.
All the Maverick fans. Sorry, guys.
Okay, Agent Zero is an energy attack. It's range 3, 7 dice, 3 power. He's got a wild trigger called Throw. The throw is size 3 or less, and he can throw it away short. So, again, nice, obviously, but, it's size 3, which is not terribly unusual, but it's not crazy. But it's also a short throw, which is also not unusual, but it's also away. So, it's like probably, throws are always good, don't get me wrong, but this is probably like the least impactful or the most vanilla type of throw that you could have.
Vanilla, there's that word again. Yes, range 3, 7 dice, 3 cost with a wild size 3 throw away. That is the most vanilla attack you could come up with. Oh, but it is energy. That is a bit spicy.
It is energy, and it's called Agent Zero.
It's called Agent Zero, yeah.
So you can say that when you tell your opponent.
So, yeah, you could say that. Yeah. There's. I've also just more from his Wikipedia, by the way. His suit is made of vibranium. So he's got a vibranium suit and an adamantium dagger. This is like a fanfic. Someone like my guy's got all the gear. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, so far so vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, all of this needs to add up somehow. These are all fine, as Pat Dunford, the godfather of this podcast, would say. It's fine.
It's fine.
And if you know British people by now, that means it's horrific. So, just interpreting. Yeah. So let's look at his superpower, see how he makes up for it. So he's got an active superpower called Hit and Run. We've seen this before. It's 2 power. It takes an action, and then you make an attack action, and then you follow by a move action. So you imagine that if you're up close somehow, somebody's come up to attack you, you can attack them and then move away to try to get away from them, or potentially attack something and then move on to a point, that sort of thing.
Yeah. This superpower maybe doesn't sound that fancy, but is very, very, very good. Especially on a character that has a gainer. Because he can pretty much guarantee you to have the power for that. You know, say you start the round with 1 power because of the power phase, you then make 1 plasma blaster's attack. Even if you don't hit your rapid fire, you now have 2 power to then use Hit and Run to shoot again and run back to safety. So this is actually deceptively really good on him, actually.
Yep. He's got 1 reactive superpower. It's called this is his money.
And why you take him, right?
Yeah, I mean, wow. Anti-healing factor corrosive. It's 2 power, not expensive. When an enemy character within 3 would remove damage from itself, this character may use this superpower. The enemy character does not remove any damage. It's kind of like Namor's ability as well, right?
Yeah, it's sort of similar, yeah. So may not remove damage. So this has a lot of crossover, right? Because at first, this is the healing factor, right? Obviously. It turns off healing factor if you pay for it. But it also covers things like patch up. Wong who can heal people. Can Wong heal people? Yeah, Wong who can heal people. Yep. Like any damage being removed. And like Venom with so many snacks, this will work on him. It'll stop him healing himself. So yeah, quite a lot of very niche but very useful, uses here.
What about damage reduction? Damage reduction. Or it was the other one that impervious. No, that the Black Order cards have.
Reduced damage.
It's damage reduction, but they have one that's called like impervious or something like that. But it's because it's slightly better. Right. So does this work on them?
No, so they're not removing the damage. So they never took the damage when they reduce. Same with like Kingpin and Juggernaut, who pay to reduce the damage. Yeah, so those effects happen before the damage goes on them, and then Maverick is stopping the damage from being removed. So they're not removing the damage. So it won't work on those.
Okay, gotcha. Right. So you have had to suffer the damage in the first place, and then somebody would come along and remove it. Whereas damage reduction is you don't suffer that like damage reduction 1 or 2.
It never existed, basically. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But still, range 3. Now, here's the tricky bit, though, Jamie, is that he's fragile, right? We've established that. And, so he doesn't want to be around people. Range 3 is a decent distance away, but he's still got to be marginally in the thick of things to make this relevant, don't you think?
Yes.
And so he's like, I would say, a midline character as a result.
It's the problem with range 3, is that when you're in range 3 of your enemy is in range 3 of you. That is the one problem with these characters.
All right. He's got 2 passive superpowers. Kinetic energy absorption. So this refers to your lore that you delightfully filled us in on. When this character is dealt damage by a physical attack, after the attack is resolved, if it's not dazed, it gains up power and may advance short. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Because it's like a trickster. It's like a built-in trickster.
It's like a slower trickster, which makes sense. Yeah. So
that's right. Sure.
Yeah, trickster can happen before the damage is dealt.
Let's say it's like a fallback.
Yeah. So, and you gain a power for it as well. Yeah. And then a little advance, which is great. Like we said, we want him to be kind of, out of harm's way. I mean, you've played Maverick. All of this adds up to, it looks like he has a lot of power on him.
Let's finish off. He's got one last superpower, the passive one called Healing Factor 1, essentially.
There you go.
So yes, let's go on to your comment. Go ahead. Ask away.
So, I mean, he's got the gainer, rapid fire gainer, right? So you can quite reliably get 2 power every time you use that attack. Yeah. And then he's got this kinetic energy absorption where he's getting power so long as he survives an attack. Every time he's dealt damage. So he seems like he'd be dripping in power. Is that what you found with him?
Well, okay. So let me. So I've played him on super wide Weapon X affiliation for a couple of tournaments. That's where
What do you mean by super wide? Like loads of
7 characters.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, basically, you take every 3 and 2 that you can get your hands on.
Yeah. See, Web Warriors thought they were the wide team, but you're like, no, I'm going to bring a bunch of guys with knives for hands.
Yeah. I mean, they're all super paper thin, but it was a thrill. Yeah, I took lots of photos of the characters on the table just because it was nuts seeing all these characters.
That is fun.
So what I found with him is you have his placement is absolutely crucial to get him to work. Because, as I've been alluding to, he wants to kind of be in the action, but he can't really be in the thick of the action. So you've got to play this dance where you kind of near enough stuff to affect it and to be able to attack it and so forth. But at the same time, then be able to get away from people's attacks, like move further away either through hit and run or from this kinetic energy absorption to walk away from problems. He's got healing factor 1, but honestly, most of the time he gets one-shotted or double-shotted before if he's going to go down. The healing factor doesn't save him. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't care for him terribly much. Only because he wasn't doing terribly much. The anti-healing factor could be really clutch against certain opponents and stuff like that. And with Weapon X, you're bringing in a lot of characters in your roster. So you can swap him in if in the right circumstances. But many times you'd be just as happy leaving him on your tray and swapping another cheap character for Weapon X into them. So yeah, you have to get facile with how you use him on the table in terms of his positioning, and also realize when he might actually make a bigger difference than just throwing him in regardless.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's almost a shame that his range is a range 3 because he's kind of defensively, he kind of wants to be like range 4.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If this guy had range 4, the analogy would be Star-Lord, who's fantastic.
That's a good point. Yeah. Because he's got hit and run too.
Yeah. And he's 3 threat as well, with not great stats, okay stats.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is this a rare moment where AMG have gone, we'll give the character that is like popular the cool thing, and the character no one's ever heard of, Maverick, they can be less good. Has it happened? Has it finally lined up?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. The sculpt is very nice. I did enjoy painting him quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. He comes with a cool, he come with it? It comes with a cool tactics card too. Maybe
we're going to come on to that. Don't rush things. Sorry,
sir. I'm excited for it. It's a really cool card.
Yeah, it is actually a cool card. And actually, the card makes him even more, makes him fun to play. It really gives him a lot of character. You want to jump ahead?
Let's jump to the card. I think that if you and your buddy are maybe sharing a collection of models, like the Logan and Apex Sabertooth box is not cheap, right? Because it comes with terrain. So that's 2, kind of Weapon X characters there. Logan's not affiliated, but is often played in Weapon X. And then maybe you've bought the Maverick Weapon X box. I could see 2 people, like 2 buddies who share a collection, having a great time with Maverick. Because you could be like, hey, why don't you bring Logan and a bunch of other healing factor characters, and I'll take Maverick into you, and pause all that healing.
Yeah.
And then Maverick will inevitably just get slashed to pieces.
Yeah.
But, he seems fun. It's a nice fair kit as well, very standard 3 threat. But they've given him an interesting thing. So yeah, it's cool.
Let's talk about it then. Okay, so he's got one tactic called Weapon Stash. And I don't often take a look at the artwork, which is kind of sad. But I'm looking at this one, it caught my eye. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. What an awesome view the artist chose. It's basically you're at the bottom of a loot crate looking out towards the top. Like if you were at the bottom of the crate looking up towards the the lid.
Yeah.
And he's there bracing his foot against the crate and shooting something.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So cool. The sky is lit up with mortars or something.
Who did the art? Is this one of your favorite artists in this one?
I don't think this is Patrick Brown. They're not credited on there.
Yeah, let's see. Where's the credit? Oh, there we are. Scott Cohn.
Scott Cohn, cool. They do a lot of MCP art.
Oh yeah. Well,
very cool.
Kudos. That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. This card is a Weapon X card, so it's affiliated. It's also an active card. Maverick may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose a secure objective token within 3 of Maverick and place a stash token on it within 1 of it. While within 1 of the stash token, allied characters gain cover from enemy attacks. Additionally, allied characters gain the following interactability. They can interact with the stash token. They remove this token from the battlefield. Then this character adds 2 dice to its next attack disactivation. Now, there's quite a bit going on here. So first of all, they could actually just interact with it, pick it up essentially, and get 2 dice to their next attack. Mm-hmm. Okay? But then presumably goes away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remove this token from battlefield. So yeah, it goes away.
Okay. But this is interesting, is when you pay 3 power, you put it down within one of a objective token, a secure objective token, and then characters within one of that gain cover. And the reason I emphasize that is because you could potentially push it forward, towards the enemy, this token, so within one of the secure, but forward towards the enemy. But then the character can be one further forward than that and still have cover.
Yeah.
Follow what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a big, I guess, area of effect that this thing has potentially if you play your cards right.
And also, now every episode we do, I usually get one rule wrong, and then someone will DM me telling me I've got it wrong. It's usually
that's your thing. Jamie, one rule wrong.
Yeah, it's usually Pat Dunford correcting me, but I'm going to go with it. So this card gives you cover. I think that means it works the same as magnetic refraction, in that the card says you gain cover. It isn't negated by someone being within range 2 of you.
Right.
So this is like super cover, basically. If I'm right, maybe double check on our Discord afterwards before you play this card. But I think that means, your character basically just gets cover no matter what's happening. And its allied characters get... allied characters gain cover. You can just chuck this in the middle of a brawl. Maybe your X-23 and your Weapon X are up in a fight. Give them cover for that fight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, provided they're near secure, right?
Yeah, they've got to be near secure, yeah. And then you can, they can just, on a key attack, they can interact with this thing, and or maybe Weapon X can't, but they can interact with this and add 2 dice to their attack.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So do you think that happens very often? I mean, if the cover seems hell of a lot more important than the 2 dice.
Yeah, I think you just pick your timing with it, right? I feel like this card is made for Maverick himself. So actually, you mentioned that you liked having him at the back, in safety. I think he uses this on himself, on a secure that he's sitting on at the back, and he gives himself cover.
Yeah.
And just pops off shots, because adding 2 dice to a rapid fire is a big deal, a very big deal, because it makes you more likely to hit your trigger. So you're going to get. But I'm
thinking that if you place this to token correctly, his range 3 attack becomes a range 4 attack.
How?
Well, essentially because he's now closer than he would normally want to be, but because he's got cover, he's feeling a little more secure.
Oh, sorry, right, gotcha. So so he's still in range 3, but he has cover now, which basically.
Well, no, so my point is that the gun stays range 3, but because you can place him so much further away from the secure objective that he's sitting on, let's say, and still getting cover, even though he's kind of he has protection, but by being further forward, and so an equivalent would be like he's shooting at range 4. Maybe that doesn't make sense.
I'm going to agree so that we move on. Sounds good. Good take.
If anybody understands me, please let me know in the Discord. You're one of my people.
Yeah. Also, this card costs 3, which I don't think Maverick will have much trouble paying for. He's got rapid fire and a gainer, and then if he gets attacked and survives, he gains the power from there as well. So I think he's going to have loads of power to pay for this card, basically. It's cool. It's very fun. Good job, AMG. This is a very fun and thematic card.
Yeah. And Weapon X. Now, you're the mutant guy. So where do you see Maverick playing if he's not within Weapon X?
I will bounce that back to you and say you're the Shadowlands Daredevil guy. You love a rapid fire, didn't you?
Yeah, in the old days we did. It's not the case so much anymore. Now we use bigger kaiju type of characters. Connor in London is using Mephisto with rapid fire characters, and it's pretty disgusting actually. So maybe in Shadowland Daredevil, but you don't see him in X-Men, do you? Or New Mutants or Weapon X, anything? How about not Weapon X? What's X-Force?
X-Force is cool, yeah, because loves a reroll, and they love guns. Just people standing on back points and shooting. They need a little bit more of that in X-Force because they have Cable, but and Domino. Actually, maybe they're kind of okay for guns, but I can see him under Xavier because he's got a reactive superpower. With the stopping the healing stuff. And then his hit and run costs 2, so he can very reliably do his hit and run, which will power up the rest of the team. So I can see a use there maybe. But yeah, I don't know. This guy's just sort of too vanilla to really scream any affiliation, you know?
The one thing that I found him useful in Weapon X is very physically oriented in terms of their attacks, and also very close attacks, like range 2 type of attacks.
Yeah.
So he's not great at range 3, but at least it is a little bit further away, and with hit and run makes him, so it gives Weapon X the affiliation a bit more of a ranged aspect to them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hey, Venom and Carnage are in the game, right? They don't get played that often, but their weakness is energy attacks, and they have ways of healing themselves with attacks which Maverick can stop. That's kind of cool. If you're worried about symbiotes in your meta, maybe Maverick, hey, maybe one day we'll see a symbiote, affiliation come out, and then Maverick is going to shoot up in power because the symbiotes all share that energy weakness. So that's kind of interesting. Gwenom as well. Gwenom likes to heal herself off her attacks. So he's very niche. I can imagine Maverick being a lot of people's 10th character. If they're particularly worried about Weapon X or symbiotes or other ways of healing being around, then you take Maverick and you only play him in specific games. And that's where he's going to shine. And because his stat block is so kind of vanilla 3-threat, otherwise, outside of those niches, I think he's fine to just have, on the table.
Yeah.
I can see him. I think he's got a good home in Weapon X for the reasons, he's got the energy attack, like you said. That's useful. That is nice to have.
It's different.
Yeah. And he's a backpoint sitter, which Weapon X don't have any of.
Anti-healing factor wouldn't stop Odin's Blessing, would it?
No, that reduces the damage to 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't remove it.
Yeah.
It stops patch up, stops battlefield medicine, stops healing factor, stops so many snacks. Is that not enough? That's loads of things.
Yeah, again, you have to decide, do I need this guy?
And how scary is healing in today's game? I don't know. Not that scary.
Yeah.
Maybe one day it will be. Maybe we'll see a healing character one day that's, being a bit of a nuisance, and then Maverick shows up.
All right, then. Let us move on to the second half of the box, which is Weapon X, the character. This is, of course, James Logan Howlett. So that means that's the same alias as the other versions of Wolverine, right? So you can't have him on the table with other ones.
Correct.
Which makes sense. He is on a 35mm base. He's affiliated with only Weapon X. He is a stat line. He is got 3 physical, 2 energy, 3 mystic. He's got 5 health on his healthy side. He's got 5 on his back side. He is 3 threat, size 2, and medium build. So, not terribly far off from a typical 3 threat, except of course for the lower energy defense, which we've seen before. But interestingly, his other versions, it's the mystic defense that's the lower one.
Don't get me started, Norbert.
What
Mystic? So Mystic, right, in this game is used to cover magic and psychic, right? Which I get. So they'll make Logan have 2 mystic defense because he's susceptible or he's crazy or he's forgot his memories. That's the thing, right? So he has a low mystic defense to simulate, he's not quite stable in the head. Then you've got Sabretooth, who's mental and has 4 mystic defense, which I guess makes sense because maybe he's just crazy, so you can't really get into his mind. Fair enough. Then you have like Zemo, who I think is a genius, and he has 4 mystic defense. But then you have Beast, who is definitely a genius, probably smarter than Zemo, maybe. Maybe not. He's got 3 mystic defense. It's so hard for me to, and my big gripe with mystic defense, sorry, I'm on my podium now,
I
is
see that.
Cyclops, right? Cyclops is 3 main partners in the comics, Madeline Pryor, psychic, kind of, Jean Grey, psychic, Emma Frost, psychic. But his mystic defense is 3. Now, does he have a weakness to psychic people? In that it should be 2 because he's falling for them.
Been seduced by these 3 women.
So it should be 2 mystic defense, or they've trained him to be good with psychic stuff, and he should have 4 mystic defense. Pick one. I don't mind which one, but having 3, it doesn't show his taste in women, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, I'm done now. So Weapon X, I figured, okay, well, Weapon X, he's going to be like the crazy version of Logan, so he's either going to have like 5 mystic defense or 1, and they've gone with 3. I'm just confused. All right, that's all. All
right. First of all, the sculpt itself is awesome. And if I just say so myself, my paint job on it came out really nice.
I'm not gonna lie, your Weapon X is one of the best I've seen.
Aw, thank you.
You excel at painting rippling muscles and chest hair.
I know. It's my latent male
artisan of the past. The male physique. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. He really did come out nice, and the sculpt is pretty cool. Yeah, you need to check out the sculpt. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that bought this just for the sculpt.
I can imagine. It's got a nice special sculpted base as well that goes with him. That really is nice, not just a tactical rock. So it's so it really is good. So as far as the stat line is concerned, I mean, we've talked about the deficiency, energy defense, but other than that, rather standard for a 3-threat, more or less. Yep. Okay. So let us talk. Now, he's got differences on. He's one of the few characters that have differences on both sides, so it's going to get a little complicated. Why don't we talk about the stuff that doesn't change first to make it a little... No, actually, I'm just looking at it. It's actually
quite complicated.
Complicated. So we're just going to
review his healthy side, and then we'll review his injured side.
Exactly that. All right, here we go. He's got 2 attacks on his healthy side, both physical. The first one is Berserker Rage. It is range 2, 5 dice, no power. It is a gainer, so he gets 1 power. If this character has attacked the target this turn already, then it adds 1 die to its attack roll. So that means his second attack would be 6 dice instead of 5. Mm-hmm. And he's got a Wild Pierce, which is great. I'll do the other attack. The other one is Suspender called Uncontrollable Weapon, also range 2, but 7 dice this time. Costs 4, quite expensive. He's got 2 triggers. One's a wild hit called Rampage. After this attack is resolved, deal 1 damage to each other character within 2 of this character. Note that's each other, so that means it hurts your friends as well. And the second trigger is double wild, called Wild Abandon.
Good name. Well done.
Yeah. After this attack is resolved, this character may make an additional uncontrollable weapon attack without paying the cost. The additional attack must target the original target character, and it doesn't have that ability again, so he doesn't keep going. So, look, people take this character for his damage output, and this is why. Between these 2 attacks, you are doing work.
Yeah.
Right? 5 dice off the gainer, or 6 potentially with Pierce is great for a 3-threat. And the trigger, the double wild trigger on the spender is not easy to get, even with 7 dice. But nonetheless, doing another 7 die attack for free is nuts.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you only really use the spender, uncontrollable weapon, when you've got a bunch of enemies around you. Yeah. So you're probably going for the first trigger, Rampage, where you're going to deal 1 damage to everyone around you. I think that's what you're really going for. And then if you get the double wild, you're like, oh, great. But that's maybe a once per game trigger, maybe even less than that. So yeah, don't use that attack thinking you'll get the double wild trigger. It's quite unlikely.
Okay. The key point, though, between these both attacks, so they're both range 2 and they're both physical. That is a problem with him. Not to say it's a horrible problem, but he's got to get in. Okay. Yes. And he's not the so it's weird. I'll go to one of his passive superpowers.
What a segue. That was beautiful. Well done. Well done. How is he going to fix this problem of being range 2 only?
Yeah. He's got healing factor 3.
That's not how he's going to do it.
Well, okay.
But yeah, healing factor 3, that's the first time we've seen that.
That's right. First time we've seen it. We haven't seen it since. And yeah, you better take him down. Or else he's just going to come right back. And now it's not hard to take him down. It's not easy, but it's not hard. But it's happened to me in games where I'm playing Weapon X, and people leaving him on 1 is the nightmare.
Yeah, that's the worst.
You give him all this power, and then he's healed nearly back to full. It's bonkers. So it's a really fun game. He's a real roulette type character. You throw him into things. It does work, maybe not. He maybe survives, maybe not. But if he does, it's just problems. There's just problems.
For sure. I would say I played against this guy once, a couple of times, but the last time I played against him was last week.
Oh, wow.
At the Throwing Dice Pod.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
And I, unfortunately, was playing Sentinels with Thor, which is nothing but energy into this guy. And he did not last. He didn't get an activation. He basically double moved first round, and I just dazed and KO'd him for the rest of the game. And that seems to be the running thing with him. And I just want to advise people, you'll have a lot of fun playing Weapon X sometimes, but some games he will just die. And don't take him expecting to be able to play him a lot. But, he's not going to be around for long. He is very temporary. He's what we call a bomb in this game, in that you're going to throw him, you hope he explodes and does some damage, but he's going to die. Part of his game plan is he's going to die, basically.
Yeah. Yep. I totally agree with all that. Let's look at his other superpowers. He's got an active one called Charge, Power 2. It's just a move action followed by an attack action.
That's how he fixes his range 2. Yeah.
Yeah, this is how, exactly. Thank you, Jimmy. That's how he gets into range 2. This is what he's all about. You need to figure out a way to give him an extra power at the start of the game, or somehow, because otherwise he's not going to. Well, he's got the gainer, so that you can kind of make sure the charge comes online. At least
I've seen him
2.
used more often in Underdog Mamu, who the leadership there just gives everyone extra power. So it means that round 1 he can move and then charge, which I think you kind of not need, but you'll get a lot more use out of this character if you do that.
Yeah, because otherwise he's dying, right? Yeah. So he needs to be out of the way and then charging in. That's what he wants to do. Steve 1 might be another option. Don't know.
1, yeah. Xavier can chuck him a power. Inhumans can chuck him a power. Any way to give this guy 1 power in round 1. If you play any affiliation that gets an extra power round 1, you should think about Weapon X.
Yeah. He's got 2 other passive superpowers. One's called Adamantium Skeleton. We've seen this before. When determining if this character can be thrown or pushed, or when it's colliding with another character or terrain feature, you count him as size 3. He's normally size 2, but in those circumstances, he counts as size 3. We've seen this before. It's good. It's good.
It's bad. It's bad for him. Well, actually, I guess it stops him being displaced, but most of the time you'll find that it ends up with him being thrown into his friends.
Yeah, okay, sure. And the second superpower, the remaining one, let's say, is the Savagery Protocols. So he can't pick up, hold, contest, or interact with the extract object tokens. Okay, so extracts are just completely oblivious to him.
Yeah. So quick note on that. Sorry, before we move on. I think that means he can interact with the what was the Maverick card?
Oh, the stash,
weapon stash. I think that is not. It's a stash token.
You just have to be within one of it, so it's fine. You're not interacting with it.
It's an interact for you to add the 2 dice to your next attack.
Oh, for the 2 dice.
But it says interact stash token, so I think he can.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not
It's extract. It says, if it had just said interact with objective tokens, then no.
Perhaps not, yeah. So he can interact with secures then.
Yes, so his second half of this rule is additionally, while within 1 of a secure objective token, this character adds 2 dice to his attack rolls and removes 1 die from his defense rolls. So couple points. Just as you said, secures, he still works just like normal. So there are no restrictions there. But if he's attacking somebody on a secure, or he has to be within 1 of it, he does even more dice damage, which is bonkers. Because now his gainer is at 7 dice, possibly 8, and his spender is up to 9 dice.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, he removes a die from his defense rolls, which is not great, but honestly, as we said, he typically, if people touch him, he tends to go down anyway, so who cares if it's even
losing
worse?
that 1 die on defense is not a big deal. 3-2-3 down to 2-1-2 is, fine. If he's incinerated, he's then a 1-1-1, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But, you're not taking him to survive a hit. I think you want him to attack first and make sure that everything around him is dazed before they gets a chance to hit him back. So I think this is fine.
Yeah. So, where do you see him being useful in terms of his ability to wipe out people near secures, like Kingpin, criminals?
That's not a bad shout. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because he can interact with secures. Sorry, he can contest secures, right?
He can test secures, but more importantly, they want to be around secures all the time. Yeah. And so...
you mean into Kingpin, against Kingpin?
Yeah, against Crims. Crims.
That's a great shout, yeah, because the way to beat Kingpin is to injure everyone. What is Weapon X made for? Just injuring people. So I can see that working, actually.
Yeah. Where else do you see him working? Have you seen him on the table? Well, you said Dormammu. Anybody who can give him power is helpful, but where is he more into? I find him, I love him. I played him. And you're right, though. You need to have mentally prepared yourself for him to do nothing. You do not. I'm a Salt Lord, and I have managed... I've managed to avoid being salty about this because I've gone into the game knowing that he could be doing nothing. But he's 3 threats, so it's not the end of the world. But he's super fun. Trying to figure out how to get him into the fray without dying and then doing all this wacky stuff is just crazy good. So I've seen him popped into some random places to effect. And I wouldn't even be able to recall which affiliations there were because he's just a bomb, like you said. So, if you need output, and your faction doesn't do that terribly well for whatever reason, he's a great splash.
Yeah, For sure. I mean, it's very clear what his job is, right? His job is to kill stuff. So if your plan is to kill stuff, you might want to take him, especially if you can give him that extra power round one. Or if you take Wong, if you're playing Wong in your team, Wong can chuck him a power round one, and then he can go off and judge.
How about in Daredevil Defenders?
Ooh. Oh my God! Yeah.
Shit.
That's great. You told me I'm not allowed to swear on this podcast anymore. That was a good catch, yeah, because Daredevil Defenders, you get a reroll on one attack per turn per enemy character that you're at. So basically, long story short, you want to be surrounded by enemies and then do a big attack with loads of rerolls, and Weapon X loves that. So yeah, you can just round one, double move Weapon X somewhere, doesn't matter where. Round two, charge him into a bunch of enemies and just get massive attacks off. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. He's great in that.
Shadowland Daredevil works as well because they get rerolls with the being near secures. Against, like I said, I could think of Criminal Syndicate as particularly good against. Anybody else is a
I like the idea
sitter?
of him in X-Force because you can kind of, I can imagine him being paired up on a flank with Domino, and Domino round one can move once and then throw a grenade, which is a guaranteed incinerate.
Right.
And then Weapon X can run up behind her. And it means the next round, Weapon X is going into with some incinerated enemies. And by the time Weapon X has kind of done his business, Domino can kind of run up onto the point, and maybe grab whatever's left. Because, Weapon X can kill people, but can't grab the extracts. So you could send Domino to go in and, pick up the extracts. So she kind of tees him up, with the incinerate. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we have to get to the injured side. Now, I want to tell people when I've played him in Weapon X, the affiliation, his front side was fantastic. Very, not easy, but straightforward. He kind of knew what he did. And if you played your cards right, you got him into the right position, he would do the work that you needed him done. His backside is an entirely different situation. And I played him entirely, you have to mentally play him like a new character.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
To get the most out of the injured side because it's so different.
Yeah.
Okay. The stats stay the same. That's fine. Berserker Rage, the gainer, stays the same, except it becomes an Area 2 effect.
Which is hilarious.
That means that means your own guys as well. Not you don't roll the full dice against your own guys. They just take an auto point of damage.
Yeah.
But suddenly you get Area 2, which is super exciting. If you line it up with the Secures or Daredevil Defenders, everybody's around him. He's going to do a crap ton of...
Oh my God, yeah, because if he's with... Does he still get the... Oh, he doesn't get the bonus attack dice here.
He does not get the bonus attack dice.
So it is a 5 dice, but still a 5 dice area attack. Gainer. So you gain power. With Pierce. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So he's going to gain a lot of power potentially as well from this. But yeah, it's only 5 dice, but it's a gainer, so it doesn't matter if they convert to damage or not. He's still getting that power. Uncontrollable weapon, his spender is exactly the same as far as I can tell.
Yeah, 7-4. Yeah, it's the same.
He still has his charge,
which is essential for him, to be honest.
Yep. Adamantium Skeleton, of course, doesn't change. What he does do, his healing factor 3 doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
But what he does is he loses his savagery protocols. So savagery protocols, as a reminder, is where he can't interact or deal with extracts at all, but he gets 2 extra dice if he's within one of his secure objective and loses a die in defense rolls. What he gets instead is Berserker Wrath. This means he can't, it's the same rule as before, basically, where he just can't deal with extracts at all. He can't pick them up, hold them, contest them, and interact them. So that's sort of the same. But the secure part of that ability on his healthy side goes away, and instead he gets a new passive superpower called Aimless Aggression. When this character would be KO'd, it rolls 5 dice. For each crit and wild in the roll, it deals 1 damage to all other characters, again, friendly as well, within 2 of it, and then it's KO'd. So basically, he gets one big kind of like, what's Thor 2's ability and Baron Zemo's, these reactive ones, they're all kind of the same.
That kind of thing. It's a clapback. People call it a tricks and traps because it's crits and wilds.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So when he would be, if you KO him, he rolls 5 dice for everybody within 2 of them. He potentially could do damage, but it could be hurting you too. So the point of this is that the reason why I play him just so differently is that his Berserker Rage, the normal gainer attack, is an area attack. This Aimless Aggression thing is sort of an area 2 attack as well. And it hurts friends a lot, and he doesn't get as many dice, so he doesn't get as much power. Or, I shouldn't use that word, be confusing. He doesn't have as much damage output as the front side, but he can attack many more people than before.
Yeah.
See? Now, how you play your cards so that, this should theoretically happen mid to late game, and are you all together or not is a different question, especially with the new rules, the new crises that are out, which are less centrally focused. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there's less EMAPs gone. EMAPs gone. Yeah. So it's harder to find those grouped up fights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I play him a little bit differently, and you have to position him differently to make the most out of him without hurting yourself more than hurting your opponent.
Yeah, it's a big thematic win on this side because I feel like on the healthy side, you just throw him at someone, like maybe single target, like I'm going to hit you with 5 dice, then 6 dice, or what is it, 7 dice, then loads of dice because you're near a secure. And you're just punching that one person. And then on this side, it's all about the area. It's all about surrounding himself with bad guys. So you kind of, want to charge him into the fray a bit. I think it's really interesting. It's very thematic.
I was going to say, they knocked it out of the park in terms of theme, because at first he's doing exactly what the scientists are hoping for. He's a horrible killing machine that they can more or less control against a target. Yeah. When he gets injured, they lose control of him, essentially. Yeah. And he's not as accurate anymore, which is why he doesn't have as many dice in the attacks. Yeah. But he's flailing around, killing, attacking anything that's within reach, essentially, which is so thematic for what's going on with this poor guy.
Yeah, it's very cool. I love it. I think you're right. You do have to treat this as a different character with kind of maybe different goals. Suddenly secures just go out the window. Well, do they? He can still contest secures, but he doesn't get the extra dice for it.
Right. Exactly.
So the game plan changes, which is great. But I think, Weapon X, you're bringing him as a bomb. And like you say, I think if we all just agree to, when we deploy them, just whisper to yourself, he is just a 3 threat. His job is to kill things and then die. Just remember that every game, then you'll have fun with this guy. Because the games I've seen him in, he's just fallen over before he's been able to make any attacks. But also, like, you're using your opponent's activations into him. Like, if I'm playing against Weapon X, I'm thinking about him constantly and how I need to kill him before he gets into me. So
make sure you kill him. Like, you can't just nick him. That would be a disaster.
If he survives on 1 or 2, he's going to be healed up and fine. So, and even if your Weapon X does hit the table and then is KO'd in like round 3 or 4, just remember that it took resources to do that, right? And it took mental tax on your opponent to do that because they had to get rid of him, in order to do it. And some games, they won't be able to, and he'll get a full activations into them, and it'll go crazy. So just remember this guy is a big swing of a baseball bat. It's just that he'll swing every game, but he won't ding every game.
Yeah. Exactly. And where you fit him in, he could be quite versatile fitting in. Oh, I meant to say this. He's actually a very good target for survival. The tactics card survival.
Yeah.
Because he only 3 threats, so it's only going to cost 3. He's likely to have that power. Yeah. And, when he flips, as I said, he's very vulnerable. So if you put survival on him, they can't touch him. And then they better get their characters out of the way in that round, because otherwise he's going to go bonkers against them.
Oh my God, you made me want to play him.
Dude, that's should be playing him.
Yeah. Survival is great on this character. It's made for him. Because all he needs is 2 power to do what he wants, right? Yeah. So he has 5 health. He's going to get dazed. There'll be a power phase that happens. He's going to have enough to be able to survival and charge. And so then on his injured side, you can just charge and do his area gainer and get all the power you want. And it's all guaranteed as well, because you just charge into a group of 2 or 3 people and go, right, well, that's 2 or 3 power. I know exactly what I'm going to be able to do next. Yeah, it's great.
So where do you see him sitting in your various mutant factions?
I'm kind of thinking in Sentinels,
Oh, please.
Yeah, I'm loving Sentinels at the moment. Hey, give me a week. I've got an event this weekend. If I do well, I claim the #1 Sentinels badge on Longshanks. So I might take him on Sunday.
Where are you going this week? What's happening?
Ragnarok.
Oh, you're doing the monthly thing. Oh, look at you.
First Sunday of every month in Gillingham. Yeah. So, I think Sentinels, but like any affiliation that wants to, daze and KO their opponents, I think he fits in. And he's a 3 threat. It's great, and if you ever played Nebula, Nebula's the same thing, right? Nebula's a 2 threat version of this. It's just an absolute fragile glass cannon. Just go in, deal some damage, and then die. And that's their job. So I can see why you played him in Weapon X, because you have so many backup models. So his job is to go in, die quickly, and then you've still got X-23 and Domino and, kind of playing the game. So hopefully this guy can take some people out with him. But he's gonna punch up. He'll take some 4 or 5 threats out if he has to. I think he could. So.
All right. Yeah. There are 3 tactics cards associated with him. The first one is the fact that the Weapon X affiliation card that gives them their leadership ability can go on either Laura Kinney, which is X-23, or James Logan Howlett. So that means it could be either this character, or it could be normal Wolverine, or it could be Wolverine 2. And which is Logan. Sorry, Logan. You would never ever play this card on Weapon X, the character.
Yeah.
Because he just dies, and then you lose your leadership ability. As crappy as it is, it's worse if you don't have it at all.
Yeah,
so
this card is not for him. Don't play it on him.
Do not play it on him.
Across the Bifrost, we tried to make every card fit your needs, but not this one. Please don't play this one on Weapon X. It's not for him.
No. The other one that's kind of associated with him is called Wolverines. This is where James Logan Howlett, that's why he gets to use it, and Laura Kinney, again, this is X-23. They spend 3 power each, which is bonkers, too high. And when they're within 2 of each other, they can't be pushed or thrown by enemy effects. And they can reroll any number of attack dice. And after attack targeting either of them is resolved, the attacking character suffers 1 damage if it did not daze or KO the target character until the end of the round. You could use this, honestly, but certainly in Weapon X, you're tight enough on tactics cards as it is that this one is not terribly useful. Especially now with the crises not being so bunched up, the chances of X-23 and Weapon X together being within 2 of each other is low. Weapon X wants to charge away into stuff. I don't see this as a good use of the card.
Yeah, I mean, while especially an injured, or even healthy, if you do Weapon X's spender while this card is active, it means you're hurting Laura.
Yeah, right.
If you're doing his gainer on his injured side, it means you're hurting Laura because you're within 2. So yeah, I actually really like this card. I wish this card was good. I think if it comes off, it's amazing. You can't be pushed or thrown, and then you're just dealing damage to people that don't kill you. I think it's great, but it's just team up cards just tend to not be that strong.
It's too expensive.
It's very expensive. 3 each.
Power.
Yeah, 3 power each. And Laura can spend 3 power way better than this card. That's a spender and halfway to a frenzy, And so can Weapon X, to be fair, like a charge, and his spender's amazing. So I don't think you play this card. But it is fun. If you're having a fun casual game, play this card and put X-23 and Weapon X on a flank, and my God, they're going to kill stuff. It's going to be great.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's get to the card that actually comes with the box. It's called Implanted Memories. It's another Weapon X card, so it's only within faction. It's reactive. When an allied Weapon X character suffers damage from an enemy effect, if the enemy character that caused the effect is within 3 of it, the allied Weapon X character may spend 2 power to play this card. Okay, so basically, he's got to suffer damage to somebody within 3 of him and have 2 power on him to play the card. He then rolls 4 dice. The enemy character suffers damage equal to the number of crit, wild, and hit results. And for each skull in the result, the character that played this card suffers 1 damage and gains 1 power. So,
now, remember when we started Across the Bifrost? We said we have to stay positive. Pat is very good at making every card feel valid in this game.
Yeah.
But I think this might be a contender for the worst card in the game.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But, it costs 2.
Yeah.
You're only rolling 4 dice.
No.
It is hit crit wild, though. So that's decent odds.
That's good, yeah.
That's okay. So let's say on average you're doing, 2 damage, right? So you're paying 2 power to deal 2 damage. You risk rolling a skull and hurting yourself, which gives you a power, which is cool. But Weapon X, as we mentioned before, his life total is very, very small. So if you've suffered damage, let's say you've suffered 2, then you roll a skull. You've now suffered 3. It's just it's not
you
good.
Heal it back, but chances are you've already taken some chip damage. Yeah, on your turn. Well, that's right. This is reactive. Sorry,
this is reactive. So it's not your turn. So I mean, don't get me wrong. If this is someone's second attack into you and you've survived on 2 or 3, and then you play this card, then cool, because you might give yourself some power. You then activate straight away, and you can heal in factor. But that is a lot of ifs, and there's a big old margin for error. You accidentally roll 2 skulls, then you might die. Yeah, I don't know. This card sucks. They could make this roll 7 dice, and I still don't think I'd play it. They could make it roll 10 dice, and it would be kind of cool and thematic. But I'm not sure about this one. I play a lot of Thor too, and I don't use his clapback ability, which is roll 7 dice for 3 power, and I don't use it because I'd rather spend my power on something else. And this is a tactics card
Yeah.
2 power and 4 dice is no good. No good.
And again, it's in Weapon X only, and they suffer from having tight space for their tactics cards. So
yeah, exactly. I think thematically they could have made this 10 dice.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's fun and wacky, and just make it hit wild.
Then
so
it's
it's
tempting.
not that reliable.
Then it's tempting. Like have all the drawbacks in there, but 10 dice or something.
Yeah,
something
and it's
similar
fun
to
and
that.
thematic, and probably not that strong still. You just get one scary clapback, and it really fits into Weapon X's kit in that you really have to deal with him. And if you don't, he gets to do this reaction, and he'll get to activate a healing factor. It would really round off the kit nicely if that clapback card was scary, and it's just not scary.
All right, I believe it's time for Sleeve It or Heave It.
Oh, sleeve it or heave it.
Sleeve it or heave it, take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it, can't you believe it?
I was gonna get a hot take in there before we did this real quick. Do you know who's really good at killing Weapon X? It's Maverick. He's brilliant at
anti-healing.
He's got anti-healing and he's got 2 energy defense.
Well, he's like the insurance, the mad scientists.
Okay.
We want Weapon X to work, but in case he goes haywire, you need to.
Maverick's in the corner of the room just in case. So to be fair, if you're worried about Weapon X's showing up in your meta, take Maverick. That's a great counter. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, sorry. Right, Steve, what it?
Okay, so this is your pick. It's the Dossier card. Why don't you tell everybody about it? I love this card, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, this card's really cool. This card makes me want to play Weapon X.
Me too. It was actually better than the leadership card when I was playing Weapon X. This was the card I was living for.
Yeah. So first off, I picked this because for the Mutant Weekender we had in January, we had really cool alternate art card for this. We made it ourselves, and it was the Wolverine meme where he's on the bed looking at the picture of Cyclops and Jean.
Yeah.
So our Mutant Weekender dossier card is that artwork. So if you want to get one of those, come to a Mutant Weekender event. It's really cool. All right, do you want me to read this out? I'm going to read it out because you're the expert in playing this card.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it.
Cool. All right, so this is dossier. It's Weapon X affiliated. It's a reactive card. During the first power phase, an allied Logan the Wolverine, Sabretooth, Apex Predator, or X-23, so the 3 main knives for hands guys, can play this card. Your opponent chooses one of their characters. It's now holding the dossier asset objective token. So kind of like an extract. You give them an extract.
Yeah.
If an allied Weapon X character is holding this token, its movement speed becomes long, and it adds 2 dice to its attack rolls. Any character may use the following interact abilities. That's any character on the map, anyone's character. Interact with the dossier to pick up this token. Additionally, the character that played this card gains the superpower shown below. Give me that! When attacking the character holding a dossier token, this character may modify or reroll skull results and may reroll any number of attack dice.
Yep.
At the start of this character's activation, if there is an enemy character holding a dossier within 2 of this character's first action must be an attack targeting that character if able.
Right. Yeah.
So many words. Break it down for us.
A lot of words. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like you would expect. Okay, first of all, I typically had put this on X-23 because I went super wide, right? So of all the 3 possible leaders that you mentioned this card can be used with, X-23 is the cheapest, so she's usually the one who gets it.
Okay.
Now, the opponent, though, gets to put it on somebody. So they'll put it on Rocket or some grunts and run them away kind of a stuff. Which, is not great because you can't do the give me that fun stuff, but that means that character is out of the picture. Okay? So that's a deterrent, essentially, for a tactics card, which is not a bad thing. It's not super exciting. It's not very active, let's say, but it's actually not a bad effect to have for a tactics card. And it lasts as long as they decide to run away. And you do still want to deploy your character on that side of the table, if you can. But honestly, it's not that important, I found. Because other characters can still attack whoever's been assigned the dossier. And if they daze them or KO them, they drop it, and then your new Weapon X character can pick it up. And I actually like that better because I never liked X-23 being on the fray as the leader because she's the one holding the leader card.
Yeah.
I want somebody else to pick up this interact token and then get long speed and 2 dice to his attack rolls. That's crazy. Yeah. So I didn't care about the gimme that part as much because usually people are clever enough to not let you have that ability.
Because they're running away from you.
because they're running away from you, or they're putting on somebody who's not going to go down very easily, or something like that. So I never cared about that. If I got, if that triggered, sure, it'd be, I'm playing in the sprinklers at that point. But I didn't care about that part. I cared about...
What does that phrase mean, playing in the sprinklers?
It's an American thing. You wouldn't understand.
Is it?
So... instead, I would send somebody big of my characters against whoever's holding a dossier, wipe them out, pick up the token, and now I'm moving long and having 2 different dice attacks, 2 extra dice on my attacks in a Weapon X, which is all about killing, Oh, it was glorious. It was so glorious.
Yeah,
so
I find that people say that, like you just said, this is the leadership card, right? This is the leadership.
Because it doesn't go away. That's a very good point. It doesn't go away. So the token gets passed around and stuff like that. But it's always in the game. And you're right. It is more impactful than the actual Weapons X leadership.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's one of the most thematic things in the game as well, because Weapon X are all about being deployed somewhere to go get a thing. They are the guys that have gone to get the extract. So this gives them a little bonus extract to go and hunt down. I think it's brilliant. And it comes in the rivals panel, right? The Weapon X with the terrain and Logan and Sabretooth.
Yeah, which is an expensive box, but actually a pretty cool box. It's got a really awesome piece of terrain that's actually usable in the game.
Yeah.
And it comes with 2 characters as well. But it comes with this weird tactics card that it wasn't kind of meant for Weapon X 3, so to speak, but could be used with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would have expected you to use Sabretooth for this, because Sabretooth's quite good at chasing people down with the pounce.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. You don't even worry about the gimme that part.
No, I never do. Like I said, if it works out, great, it's gravy. But otherwise, no, it's all about the wiping out whoever's holding it and then taking that token and causing a lot more damage later on.
Yeah, because all 3 of those characters, Logan, Sabretooth, X-23, with a long move and 2 extra dice, that's horrific on all of them. So powerful. I'm terrified of
but you're missing my point. I wouldn't give it to the leaders necessarily.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it works on anyone though, right?
Anybody in your faction, it works. So
you tend to use X-23 as the leader and then hang back a little bit with her?
Yeah, I do actually, because the leadership is actually quite useful. But she's okay, but in terms of survivability, but she's not terribly survivable.
Yeah, so, she's still a 3/3/2 with 5 health. Yes, she'll die.
Yeah,
that's cool. I don't hate that. I play a ton of X-23. She's my most played model by far. And
I know. Yeah,
I don't mind her holding back, because she's a character that once she hits a certain power threshold, she just explodes. She can do so much. Because her advance on her spender is so good, it means that with 4 power, you can attack twice and move twice. With 6 power, you can attack, you can frenzy, you can move again, spender. She's crazy. So I don't mind you holding her back. She's a real game winner if she gets the full activation late game.
Yeah. All right. Do you have time to talk through the leadership card for Weapon X?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
When else are we going to talk about this card?
This is
a aligned card.
So the leadership, it's a tactics card, so it uses up one of your 5 slots. It's called Are You Sure You Want to Remember, which is a great name for the theme. And so the character that played the card, so it either is X-23 or any number of the Wolverines, but again, as we told you, not Wolverine 3, realistically. The character that played the card gains 3 memory tokens and the following leadership ability, which is called It Was You! It's a Weapon X affiliation. So when an allied Weapon X character is targeted by an attack, it may remove 1 memory token from this character. So X-23, oftentimes. If it does, it adds 2 dice to its defense roll. Then after the attack is resolved, if no damage was suffered as a result of the attack, the allied character may advance short towards the attacking character. Additionally, when the allied character is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, this character gains a memory token and it can have a maximum of 3. So let me break it down for you. Basically, X-23 starts with 3 memory tokens, and then anytime an allied character of hers is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, she can get 1 back up to a 3. Okay, so that's how she gains them, essentially, by her people dying, which is why you want to go super wide with Weapon X, right? The more that they die, the more often you can get these replenished, essentially. But what it is that it's how you use the memory tokens is you cash them in when a Weapon X character is targeted by attack, and it gets 2 extra defense dice, and possibly, if it doesn't suffer damage, can move towards the attacking character. So there's a few problems with this card. One is because it's actually, these memory tokens are going onto the character card, so Laura, in this case, in our example. That means if she's dazed or KO'd, which means she's no longer like part of the game, so to speak, for that round, you can't pull tokens or give her tokens. And that really, really sucks. Yeah. Because it's not a great ability to begin with, and now you're not even letting people use it while she's dazed. And this is why you hang her back so often, to try to maximize the use of this leadership ability. It's annoying. And on top of that, the ability you get for using a memory token is not so great. 2 defense dice means, sure, okay, more defense dice. You have to hope the dice gods are in your favor, but otherwise, it's not like you get to count blanks where you just get to damage reduction wrong.
And as we know, I'm currently on strike for paying 2 power to add 2 defense dice.
Yes,
I think it's not worth it. And this is 2 defense dice for free, but with a convoluted leadership attached to it.
Yeah. And then you get to move towards the attacking character. Usually you'd want to move away from them.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense thematically though, right? They're remembering. It was you. It was you. So they're moving towards you. So that's cool. Yeah. I like that part.
So hopefully you can kind of see the juxtaposition of the dossier versus this one. And the dossier is just a hell of a lot more fun. This one's okay. I mean, it's not, it gives you something, but and it's also only Weapon X. So when I go 7 wide, sometimes I splash characters to make that happen. Okay. And they can't use this at all.
Right, yeah. It's very restrictive.
Another drawback.
It's very restrictive
and
for minimal gain. Card leadership as well, so it takes up a slot. Yeah, it seems like a shame. I mean, tactics card leaderships, let's not discuss them here. Me and Pat argue about these constantly whenever I see him. And they have a cost to them, and they're inherently usually worse for that reason. Not all of them, but this one is definitely like a bad leadership, and it's on a tactics card, and it doesn't work when X-23 is dazed. Mm-hmm. And it's just so much bad with it, which is a real shame. I don't think it was their intention, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that card change at some point. One day. I'd like to see it be an attack. It was you. Like if you damage them, you don't take any damage.
And you get a free attack against the attacker. Yeah,
or just like just a 4 dice, hit wild, like crit wild, like the Weapon
That'd be amazing.
Retaliation card. Like, combine that card. You got the 2 contenders for worst card in the game here. Let's combine them. Let's put that 4 dice kind of crit wild hit damage thing onto the leadership, and that feels a bit more thematic as well, because they're like, it was you, and they attack you back. It makes everyone a bit scarier to attack. And obviously Weapon X are then made up of a bunch of paper characters that you're like, oh, please die, please die, please die. If they don't, they hit you back. It's really cool. I think it's really thematic. So, yeah.
And it's a popular faction. Like the characters are popular. So, I hope it changes.
You've converted me. I want to play these guys.
You would love it. I mean, you like dabbling with the nonsense. So,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a very serious Sentinels player. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So when we're at our next tournament thing, not tournament, but like a way event, you should bring these. I'll loan you the characters you don't have.
Cool. Thanks. All right. Yeah, I'm currently on a quest to get all of the number 1 in affiliation badges for mutants on Longshanks.
Oh, so here we go.
Nearly done Sentinels, and I think X-Force or Weapon X are next on my list, so maybe I'll bump them up a bit.
You probably do these better than I would anyway, so you should try them.
And wide attrition is hard, man. It's all about the narrow attrition. It's all about the 3 wide attrition.
No, man. Wide attrition means that you can cover up your mistakes by having somebody else have somebody else fix it for you.
Yeah, good point, actually. Yeah. Well, a very fun character. I think Weapon X is a lot of fun. Maverick is niche. Maverick is probably very good into Weapon X, but I don't know how often that will come up. But yeah, there you go. Cool.
Right. So, Jamie, I've been drinking whiskey through this entire podcast, and now I'm completely out. So how can people tell me about the kind of whiskeys they enjoy, and also, more importantly, help me buy more whiskey so I can drink?
Well, they can recommend whiskeys to you on our Discord, which is linked in the description probably somewhere. And also on is it Blue Sky? That social media thing that no one uses except you and Elon Musk?
Oh my God. No, not the anti Elon Musk
Oh, he's not on that. Of course not. He's on X. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, he's on X.
He's on Weapon X. Yes, so they can tell you about good whiskey on our Discord, which is linked below, and they can help buy you whiskey by subscribing to our Patreon. It's something like £3 a month, and it just helps us, keep things going and keep Norbert's whiskey addiction going strong.
Yep. Yeah, it's not cheap. I have expensive tastes, people.
It's very expensive taste. He's not a cheap date. Let me tell you, I've taken him on many dates. He's not cheap.
That's right. I deserve it. All right. Thank you. But most importantly, thank you for listening, and importantly, help people learn about this podcast and about the Marvel Crisis Protocol game in general.
We should always say, wait, real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because this podcast is all about trying to get new people into the game. We really want you to recommend this podcast to people. AMG they didn't announce it. It kind of got leaked, but they're doing starter packs. That's really cool.
Yes.
So they've shown off an X-Men starter pack where you get Cyclops, Storm, Gambit, Rogue, Beast, and another one. Who's the other one?
I thought it was only 5. Is it 6?
Maybe it's 5. It could be 5.
I think
you get a bunch of
5.
X-Men in a box, but they come with the rulers and the dice that you need to play the game. So you no longer need to buy the core box to get into the game. So if you ever want to get your friend into this game, now's the time. And just be like, hey, you like X-Men? Go buy that. There's other ones coming as well. I think there's a Guardians one coming and a couple more. So
it looks like it's going to be a few. So
So real fun time to get into the game. And I know that AMG are behind the scenes kind of, scheming to try and figure out ways to get people into the game and introduce it to more people and, spread the word. And that's what we're all about here on this podcast. So please help get new people into the game. And if you want to link them to this podcast, hopefully this helps a little bit as well. It helped me. The original Across the Bifrost is the reason why I play this game.
Hey. So, hooray. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for listening. This is Dr. Orbert signing off.
See you later.